Hi, I'm Roger. I'm a chef with UKHarvest Food Rescue Charity, and today we're going to be making a lovely summer vegetable frittata. And so, to make this gorgeous frittata, the ingredients we're going to need are, firstly, potatoes, the essential base of frittata. We're going to have some lovely roasted red peppers. We're going to have some sliced courgettes. Obviously we need eggs. We're going to put feta running through ours, although you could easily swap that for something like a goat's cheese or cheddar if you prefer. A little bit of double cream. We've got a little bit of garlic in there, the salt, pepper, we've got some nutmeg, and we're going to have a sprinkling of thyme, or you could easily substitute that with oregano. Okay, to get the frittata started, first of all we're going to prepare our vegetables. So essentially we're going to put our potatoes on and we're going to parboil them. We're then going to take our red peppers and we're going to roast those off and peel them. And then we're going to take our courgettes, we're going to slice them and very lightly pan fry them just to get the cooking process going. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get my potatoes on to cook. So I've covered them with a decent amount of cold water, put them straight onto a nice high heat. We're going to sort of bring them up to the boil and parboil them for about 15 minutes. Red peppers we're going to put into a really hot oven and they're just going to really roast for about 15 minutes and then we're going to skin them. Okay, so while my potatoes and red peppers are cooking away, I'm now going to prepare my courgettes. So I'm very simply just going to sort of top and tail them and then thinly slice them. These I'm going to lightly pan fry off. Right, to prepare my courgettes, simply put a sprinkling of oil in the bottom of a nice frying pan. Get it up to heat. And courgettes go straight in. And as I said, I'm just going to very lightly pan fry those off. So a nice whiz over the old black pepper. Plenty of seasoning we like to put on, and a little whiz over with salt. Good. And we're just going to toss those over, just getting the cooking process going. Right, great. So we're going to check on the peppers now. They've been in the oven for about 15 minutes now. And they are on a full heat in the oven. So here we go, they're looking really good. Good bit of colour. Just remember, we need to really let those cool down now so that we can start peeling those. Okay, so we've got most of our ingredients ready now. The roasted red peppers are out the oven, they've cooled down a bit. And we very simply need to just give them a good old peel. And after that deep roasting, the skin should almost just pinch and peel off quite easily. As you can see, it's not taking too much effort to sort of pull that off. And you just really want to pull off all the skin off all of them. Right, so my courgettes are cooked. Moving on to the peppers, they're peeled and ready to go. And I'm just finishing off slicing my potatoes. And then straight on after that, we're on to assembling. Okay, so that's all the ingredients prepped, and now onto the assembly. So to do this, I'm going to sort of cheat a little bit. Ordinarily, if you were making a proper frittata, you would start it off cooking in a proper frying pan, and then you would pass that frying pan into the oven to kind of finish off. But with most home users, they don't have frying pans that'll either fit in an oven, or most of them have got plastic handles so they melt. So my very simple cheat is to actually sort of just make this in a sprung cake tin. So I'm using a 9-inch tin for this. Okay, so I've got my 9-inch sprung cake tin. I'm very simply going to line it. So pull out my parchment paper and just very quickly tear it along the edge of the table and just simply place it in the middle and push it in. This not only gives you a lining, but it gives you a watertight lining, which is important for this. That's it. Okay, so now for the fun bit, we start layering up. So take our potato, start in the middle, and just start going round, overlapping each time. And coincidentally, I don't bother peeling my potatoes. I think it's nice to have that kind of rusticy kind of charm to them. So yeah, very simply, potato, potato, potato. And we'll just simply just keep spiraling our way out until we've got the whole base covered. So that's my first layer down. I'm gonna just put a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of sprinkle of thyme. Lovely, lovely. Next goes on the pepper. As you can see, it's very easy, very simply just goes into position. Lovely. Pat that down. Next thing going on is my feta. So just sprinkle that nicely all around. Make sure you try and cover as much as you can of the base. Lovely, lovely. I'm gonna put a little bit more thyme sprinkled on that. And then straight on layering up with courgette. Spiraling it around again, exactly as we did with the potato. Okay, so courgettes down, a little sprinkle of thyme again over that. We like a little bit of cheeky herbage in there. And then finally, another layer of potato, just to kind of finish that off. So again, start in the middle and spiral your way out. Okay, so that's all my layers done for my frittata. I'm now moving on to the egg mix, which is the essential thing that binds it all together. So I'm quickly finally chopping up a couple of cloves of garlic. Entirely up to you how much garlic you use. Some people don't like it at all, so just leave it out. That's going into my eggs. Now I'm going to quickly whisk up my eggs. There's about 10-12 eggs there, but you may just need to modify it depending on the size of your tin. That's nicely beaten up. I'm going to add a drop of double cream. Try to use double cream, not single, because double cream won't split. We're going to add a touch more seasoning in there by way of pepper. A little bit more ground pepper. Again, don't be shy of it. Pepper's gorgeous in these sorts of things. A little bit more ground salt. And we're just going to finish this off with a little bit of beautiful aromatic ground nutmeg. Great, so mix that in very simply and quickly. Just make sure that's all mixed away. And now we just pour it straight onto our layered up mix. That's what you're looking for. It slowly start creeping up. Obviously, you're going to stop just before the top of the tin. Try and make sure all that potato is covered. You can use your fingers a little bit and just give it a little bit of a press down. Make sure all the air's out of it. And now that is ready to go into an oven set at about 160 degrees, and it's going to need about sort of 40 minutes to an hour in the oven. Okay, so there it is, all ready for the oven. see you in an hour. Okay, so the frittata's had at least an hour, more like about an hour and 25 minutes. So I'm going to check it now, see where we are with it. Oh, look at that. We've had the most incredible smells for the last hour and a half while it's been cooking. So that's it. That's looking good. It's no longer milky on the inside. The liquid's clear, so that's done. So that's good. I'm now going to leave that for about an hour and a half, 2 hours to cool down. And then it's going to be ready to serve with some salad. Okay, so here we are. We've got our wonderful frittata. It's been out the oven for a couple of hours now. So we're simply going to sort of turn this out and see what it's like. So I'm just going to take my chopping board, put it over the top and carefully flip it over. Made it so far. Unspring the side, lift the lid, and carefully peel back the paper. And you should have something that's kind of resembling a cake, really. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so we're getting ready now. Let's cut into this baby. So very simply cut through. It cuts really nicely. We're just gonna cut a wedge out. As I said, it's really quite cake-like. So I'm now just gonna slide this onto my plate. See the colours? That's what we're looking for. All those lovely layers. So, let's try a little bit. Absolutely delicious. Yeah. And you're really kind of getting that thyme coming through and the seasoning's good. So guys, you know, go away and make your own frittata. Just remember, you can almost use any kind of vegetables that are kind of left over from cooking or that's been around in your fridge. You're just not kind of limited. And the wonderful thing about this is that it's accessible. You know, it's really easy to get hold of eggs. It's really easy to get hold of all the other ingredients. So just go away and make. It's an absolute delicious summer dish.